Otaku Octagon, welcome back to another beautiful episode today, baby. We're gonna have a quick one. Again, we got about a week, I believe, before we do our mid-season review. We're on episode fours. Be honest with you, there's a lot of copy paste this season. I like this season. Don't get me wrong, but I'm noticed from one show I started nitpicking other shows,
Mm.
and now I'm seeing a trend. Right, I'm seeing a trend, and I'm not gonna say the names. Not till next week. We'll talk about it. I'm seeing a trend. I do like this season though, and I definitely been catching up on those returners like Kaiju number 8, stuff like that. And there's some bangers. But first, we're gonna hop into our news. Talk a little bit about a show recommendation that I got, and then we're just gonna roll with the rest of the week. So first docket on the news. So Indonesia is celebrating their 80th Independence Day festival with what they usually do, rioting and insurrection. And so, in in regards to that, the pirate straw hat pirate flag has now become the symbol of their insurrection and rioting. And the Indonesian government said if you are seen with a straw hat flag, it is considered a treasonous crime. So it's a crime against the government. So in in very One Piece fashion, you are now pirates and criminals to the government because you have the straw hat flag. So I thought that was pretty funny. Um, it was great to see what like anime legitimately being made. Like, I mean, if I could think of anything to be the flag of revolution, I mean, it'd be the straw hat flag. I
Facts.
mean, let's
Facts.
be honest. Let's be honest. So I can't hate on that. Next, so beginning after the end did officially end on chapter 529. So if you're a big beginning after the end fan, I know the anime is just kind of now ramping up, or the first season ended. And so we're looking forward to more seasons, but the manga has officially ended on chapter 529. Um, Marvel's Blade is now filming in 2026 after holding that in their pocket for a long time.
It's been
Long.
years
It's
since
been
they've been talking about it.
so long, but finally they are going to be filming. Wesley Snipes is my Blade, not my hashtag this one's not my president, but hey, we'll see how it goes. I still want a new. I still hey, if they could put him in Deadpool versus Wolverine, they could put him back in Blade. Let's be honest. Like, I'm
Let him sit
sorry.
his old ass down, bro.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, he did his time for not paying taxes. All right, he can he he could be in a new Blade film. He need money anyways. All right. There's going to be a new Gundam Iron Blood Orphans film coming out this year. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be about. If it's going to be a combination of like the episodes where they just make a whole film, kind of like how they did with Tokyo Ghoul, or it's going to be something completely different. Those of y'all who have been with us for the long haul, especially David, knows Iron Blood Orphans is literally my favorite Gundam series and like collection in the entire Gundam franchise. So I'm gonna be 10 toes on the ground, telling everybody to shut up and go to bed when this movie comes out, so I can watch this. I don't care if it's a compilation of all the episodes. I don't care if it's a new thing. As long as they stick to the Iron Blood Orphans, theme,
Hmm.
I'm straight.
I think
I'm
it's
straight.
actually going to be new content because I was looking at the
Yeah,
like the art for it, the cover art for it,
yeah, I saw
and I
that. Yeah,
saw looked like a young white haired girl. It wasn't the girl from before. I
but
think it's his
here's the
girl
thing:
daughter.
when I saw that, I thought that was her, and I saw two characters in the background, and I thought it was Mikazuki's kids.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But it might be about her and the kids, maybe like probably like, I mean, I guess Tekiden technically like was a failed business, but maybe she carries it on, or I don't know. But I don't care what it's about. If it's about Iron Blood Orphans, I'm watching it. Um, so next, Pokemon 2000 is now free to watch on YouTube. So the movie, if y'all are big Pokemon fans, you can now watch it for free on YouTube. I talked about it in the previous episodes, I think a few months back, that the Pokemon channel, the YouTube channel itself, is airing a bunch of Pokemon episodes for free anyways. So now it's good to see that they're putting more content out on their YouTube platform for people to watch. Nintendo is raising its prices in the United States for the Switch, ahead of the tariffs that are being put on Japan right now. So if you're looking to buy the Switch 2, which is the exact same thing as the fucking Switch 1, you're going to be paying a premium for it because of tariffs. So keep your Switch One. That's all I got to say. It's going to be the same exact thing, anyways. So for the first time in 17 years, a DC movie has beat a Marvel movie in the box office. This is obviously me talking about Superman versus Fantastic Four. The last time this happened was in 2008 when The Dark Knight Rises came out and Iron Man came out. This was the last time, or that was the last time this happened. So a live action movie. Saw a lot of comments. People were like, "This is the fall of Marvel and the rise of DC." Apparently, um, I have yet to see the Superman movie. There's a lot of movies that are on my docket. I did watch, which um, I might talk about a little bit after the first show recommendation that we got going on today. I did watch 28 Years Later last night, and I got a few other shows I need to I need to watch, or a few other movies I need to watch, so I can talk about them on here. Superman don't look like I'm gonna be a big fan of, but we'll see because he's my favorite DC character.
Mm-hmm.
So, last two things on the news docket. So, October 9th, the Avatar: The Legends of Aang movie releases. So they're going to be bringing back the 2D animation for this as well. So I'm a big Avatar fan. Look forward to see this. I know they've already released who the next Avatar is going to be. After Korra, they've already did the concept art for it. Spoiler alert: it's another girl. So we'll see. She's like young from what I've seen. I think Water Tribe or no Earth. I think it's Earth this time. She's like an Earth Nation girl. Um, so we'll see how that pans out. And finally, Solo Leveling is doing a new webtoon. All these damn webtoons when they could just make these into seasons. Where Jinya is going to be awakening as a hunter, and that's Sung Jin Woon's sister.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to be awakening as a hunter. So if you're interested to see all these side stories, because they're not bringing Solo Leveling back till 2032, you know, be sure to check that out. so
It's not a side story. I mean,
I
so
mean,
with Ragnarok ending, obviously that was supposed to be the continuation from the original story, and I think with Ragnarok ending, it's done. Like Jinwoo's story and his son's story is done. So now they're like, okay, well, we got to keep on milking this puppy for some more money. So might as well. Hey, what if his sister instead unlocked the system? So
they got a lot to do with Jin Woo still.
oh, you're just seeing anime. He's done. He becomes a god already. Don't relax.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but we haven't seen that yet. You know what I'm saying?
You mean like making more anime? Man,
Yeah,
they
anime. That's what I'm talking
they
about.
completely separate. Like that manga, that's like what's it called? The like comic book, like a manga. They're just doing.
Yeah,
They just got to create the story first, and then maybe I doubt they adapt that. I mean, I guess
maybe.
if Solo Leveling becomes Naruto and One Piece level, then obviously they're
Oh,
gonna
right.
do it.
No, it's Naruto and Dragon Ball level. That's and One Piece. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
right,
ridiculous.
right. So I kind of have a little bit of a movie recommendation for you. You kind of already know about this movie. I don't think you've watched it. Um, but it's K-pop Demon Hunters. So
Mm,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
and surprisingly, this is kind of good. It's kind of a banger. Now I'm a big Korean K drama, K-pop, kind of guy. I love my Korean jaunts, right? And my son, my oldest son, he loves K-pop Demon Hunter. He loves the movie, and he asked me if we could have a movie night, and I promised him one, and I kept lying to him and telling him that we'll do it, and I finally folded and said we could one night when the wife was working. He wanted to watch K-pop Demon Hunter. I said I need to watch that anyways. So this movie is essentially about singers. So I guess they're singers from the first generation of singers. So go back into feudal times in Korea where they had clans of hunters that would hunt down these demons who were in the demon realm, and through the power of singing or through the power of music, essentially, not just singing, they were able to seal this thing called the Honmun, which is like a barrier that surrounds the earth on the like ground level that keeps the demons from rising into the world. Now, the musicians and the singers would also be hunters as well. They wouldn't just sing. Singing or playing music is just to seal the barrier or to keep it shut. They also can fight. Like they also like throw hands and they got powers and stuff like that. Or not necessarily powers, but their weapons are like powered weapons. Um, and this one follows a group of girls, and usually it is three groups of girls This follows a group of girls who are essentially called Huntrix, and they're a K-pop idol band or K-pop idol group in Korea who are extremely famous, and they're also obviously demon hunters. And while this is happening, they're really close to wrapping up the gold. It's like the gold thread, essentially, something that's never happened in history before. The gold thread is what seals the hone moon for good. So everybody's been sealing it or making the barrier since the dawn of time. They've been making it thread by thread, essentially, and to seal this barrier on the ground level. And the gold thread is the last thread needed, and they're the ones who are going to seal it. They're the generation that get to seal it. Come to find out, we go further down into the demon realm, and there's a group of boys. Think of them as a K-pop boy band, and they are essentially are talking to the Demon King. The Demon King's like, we need to figure out a way to beat them so they don't seal us off for good. And they said, how about we go up there and we beat them? Because if we take their fans from them, their fans are essentially the ones that are powering this hone moon. They're the ones that are like, if they're fans of them, they're the ones that are helping keep the barrier sealed because they're bringing like love and peace and happiness and blase blase blah, right? And so the Demon King is laughing at them, saying, "You really think a boy pop band is going to be like the thing that beats them?" He's like, "Yeah, this is the world today. It's like going on social media and being like an Instagram model or anything like that. We got to get with the times, pops." And he's like, all right, you go up there and you do it. And so they show up, and it's like, I think it's like seven, 6 or 7 of like obviously really good looking, attractive Korean men that are like, you know, they start singing songs, they start essentially battling it out with the girls, and the girls find out that these guys are demons because they can see that they're demons. Like their eyes, essentially, they can focus on them and see that they're, they have what they called markings, I believe. And the markings are like tattoos on their body that go from like hand to, but normal people can't really see them. And so they find out they're demons. They try to fight them, and every time they try to fight them, they end up escaping some funny way, some weird way, things like that. And the dude ends up fighting the main chick from the actual Huntrix group. Ends up fighting the main dude from the Lion group or the boy group, and he sees that the main chick in the group actually has markings herself, and she has markings on her body indicating that she's a demon. And he's like, "You're a hunter and a demon? That doesn't make sense." She's like, "You don't know what you're talking about." And da 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 da. And we come to find out she's hiding this obviously from her group this entire time. And so obviously in daylight they're constantly trying to figure out a song to write in order to beat these guys at the new K-pop like music festival coming up so they can seal the hone moon for good. And then the guys are obviously trying to figure out how they're going to win and unleash the demons among the planet. As these dudes are winning like pretty much every other sing and dance contest, the hone moon becomes like less and less sealed, and more demons are coming out, more souls are being stolen. If you're a fan of them, your soul's getting stolen and the demon king's eating it, essentially. And by the like midway point, the dude ends up sending his like demon tiger cat looking thing to invite her to meet with him. And she obviously shows up trying to fight. She wants to smoke at first. But then over time, they start talking a little bit more, start talking a little bit more. And then guess what? They end up starting to fall in love with each other. And essentially, like, yeah, they start falling in love. She says there's another way because she's starting to realize that, like, he's not bad. He tells her his story, like, I became a demon because we were living poor on the street back in like 400 years ago. We were living poor on the street. The demon king came to me, said he can make us rich and powerful and like have food and shit like that. And he said yes. He ended up pretty much making a mistake and like kicking his sister and mom out so he could live and rich and powerful by himself. And he's lived with that regret for the last 4 centuries. And she's like, it doesn't matter. We can seal it with you on this side and then you'll be safe or whatever. And they essentially are trying to like formulate this plan, right? By the end of it, I know you haven't seen it, but spoiler alert, by the end of this movie, they are planning on the boy band is going to plan to lose while they plan to win to seal it. And she still hasn't told them that she has markings. Well, that plan falls through because the Demon King ends up bringing our boy back to the demon realm, back to hell, and is like, "Don't you think you can pull one over on me? Like, I know your thoughts. I see everything that goes on. I hear everything that goes on. Like, remember, you're the one that has all these voices in your head that you want me to silence. I could also turn them up. I could turn the voices up louder." And so he ends up falling for that trap, and he's like, okay. And so he sabotages old girl, ends up revealing all her tattoos to her friends. Like, the other people on the planet can't see it, but like her friends can. And they see her as a demon, and they essentially like break up as a group. And now all these souls are getting like brought into the demon realm. Like, everybody's turning to be fans of them because it says on the news Huntrix breaks up, and they're like, oh, that's sad, but at least we got this new boy, pop band that we can listen to. Um, and then by the end of it, she essentially is like, they find out that she's actually half demon, half human. Her dad was a demon while her mom was a hunter. And so she's not full demon, but she starts to have the power of one. When she gets mad, she starts screaming and the whole moon shakes and stuff like that. And then, by the end of it, he ends up like rescuing her, saving her life. And then the girls come together to sing a song and essentially defeat the Demon King. There's a lot more to it. That's just a really quick breakdown of it. But my personal thoughts on the show, or on the movie, I guess, is the choreography is actually really good. Like, the fighting in the movie is really really good. It's not your 3D animation, nothing crazy like that. It gives me Ninja Turtle animation vibes, like good Ninja Turtle vibes, like them jumping around, doing cartwheels, and like slashing zombies, or not zombies, but demons and stuff like that. Great choreography, great fight scenes. Obviously, the storyline's a little cringe. I mean, it's K-pop Demon Hunter. I mean, it's that's what it's probably it's made for. I'd say like your daughter's age, right? Like your older daughter. Like, that's what it's made for. It's made for like 9, 10-year-old girls. Even some guys. I mean, it's still a good fighting demons and stuff like that. But it's a girls movie. Um, so obviously the falling in love and all that kind of stuff. And there's nothing crazy about it. There's not really any blood. It's just you slash a demon, it turns into like sparkles, right, or weird mist, or whatever it is. Um, the singing, I think the songs are pretty good. I think that, honestly, I mean, they're already in Korea right now. Some K-pop groups are already like, there's this one song called Golden, and there's the three K-pop girls. I forgot. I think they're one something. They're like really popular. They're singing them on stage, and millions of people already. Like, it's a very very popular movie.
I've
But
heard
I
the
think
Soda Pop song a lot lately.
yeah, yeah, My Little Soda Pop. Like, that's from the guys band. That's like the main song, the only song they sang the entire time for the movie until their like last bit. Um, but it's a solid movie. I personally would give it a 7 out of 10, only because it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? This show is the movie's not for me. I'm not a 10-year-old, 11-year-old girl that like likes K-pop stuff and is like crazy. I love my Korean stuff, and that's the reason why it's above a 6, is because it's the Korean K-pop like genres, and I really love stuff like that. And the fighting is great. The demons are great. Everything is like pretty cool. Plus, it's a little funny too. It has some comedy to it, and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I think it's a decent movie. Like, if you ever wanted to sit, it's an hour and a half. Like, if you ever wanted to sit down and just BS and just click it on, I think you would enjoy it. I think it's a good watch.
So
Um,
it's a good family movie. Definitely watch it with the
mhm.
kids.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. I mean, I watched it with my 7-year-old, so like, and he knows all the boy songs. So like,
Yeah,
whatever song.
you're really careful with what he watches. So if it's good enough for
Absolutely.
him, okay, I believe
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, demon. I mean, like I said, when they're demon hunting and they're killing them, they're not like blood or gore or anything. It's like they turn into like mist, like sparkly mist, right? And there's no
Sparkliness.
like, yeah, no cussing, no nothing, no craziness like that. I mean, it's like, what, number one and on Netflix for the last month for a reason. So I mean, it's a pretty decent watch. I think it's a good family movie. You and Ava sit down and watch it.
Hmm.
She probably already seen it, but.
Yeah, she's already seen it, but she said she wanted to watch it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, yeah, that's same with Elijah. He loves that movie. He loves, like, I mean, I was telling you earlier, me and him were sitting down watching One Piece together. Every time I put on anime, people sleeping, he's right next to me, just locked in, locked in watching whatever. And then what's it called came on, and I had to turn it off. What was that? Forgot what anime I was watching this season. That was like,
Done, done, done.
Definitely not Don. I mean, he would not be watching that, but I was
Ever.
not watching Don. No, 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 no. But yeah, I think it's definitely a good watch. So I think you should sit down with the family and take a little peek at it. Again, you'll think it's cringe, but
Will
it's
do.
it's still funny. But we appreciate you guys. We thank you for sticking around with us. Again, we'll be doing our mid-season review coming out pretty shortly. Stick around later. You'll probably see a couple more videos drop. Going to talk about 28 years later. I think we got some unboxings coming up as well. You got some unboxings that are going to be dropping as well. So stick around for that. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes. We appreciate it. We love you guys. Peace out.